Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another raid video. We have some big things to talk about in this one. Huge changes to one specific shard summoning event. Well, it's a new event coming into the game. We're going to talk a little bit about it. I went through all the details that Plium has provided to us, and I will try to convey it to you over in a video just to make it more clear. I went through some numbers on my own. I have my Excel spreadsheet ready to go. We're going to see some numbers, see how much better it's going to be, and whether we're gonna have a new Wait Shadow Legends, right? If you don't know what that means, it's when we just store every single thing that we have, like energy, gems, shards. We keep it for the right time to do it. I'm gonna talk things through. I want to see you guys over in the comment section. Give me your thoughts, please. I need it so that we can have a discussion going. Maybe I can convey it over to Plium when the time comes. But one thing is for sure, guys, is that I don't know who tests the behind the screen odds of the summonings, right? I just want to say it before we start. Like the 1%, is it really 1%? We always think it like that. Is it really 1% when it's doubled? Is it? There's no actual way to see the code like we can see the champion code and stuff like that, because it's the shard summons is server side and we cannot access that. So the only way that we believe this is true, if maybe there was some entity that just audits them and says, okay, it checks out. I mean, because of all the legislation in the European Union, they kind of have to obey by this. So I'm being very well, trusting in terms of this is correct. Anyway, let's get started. What is coming to the game? Okay, coldbrew, just tell us. Instead of the 10x's, now we're gonna have a new event, a progressive summoning event coming into the game. What does that mean? It means that sometimes, not always, we won't have a 10x. We'll have a 15x that can go to a 20x, that can go to a 25x in the same days. Okay, so from this Friday, November 17th, so the fusion, it's gonna start. So probably will be a summoning event for us to test this out. We're planning to launch a first ever progressive chance event, giving you a 15% chance to summon champions of your choice from the selected pool from ancient, primal, sacred, and void shards. So all of the shards that we want, we are suddenly gonna be tempted by this. Okay, you can see on your screen the champions that we featured for this weekend: Stalthus, Sneak Track, Nekmothar, Contra the Cyclone, Countess Lix, Theodore the Savant, and then we go to Mizia, Ursuga, and then some epics such as Lady Annabelle, Stagnite, Wadriania, and Tuhag the Wonder. From the epics, Stagnite is amazing, of course. Lady Annabelle can solo Bomo. Wadriania is good for the Hydra a little bit. And from the voids, Tumizia is fantastic for Spider and Hydra. And Ursuga is okay for PvP, but not so much for other areas of the game. All the other ones, the non-voids, these are very good. Theodore, I don't have. Nekmo, I don't have. Snicker, I don't have. Stalthus, I just got today. Very good. All of them are very good for the Hydra, by the way, except for Theodore, who's more so for like poisons and HP burn activation. But all of the other ones are good for the Hydra, especially Nekmo is like MVP for Hydra. Okay, so if you're looking for those, this is your time. This 15x chance that is coming to the game. So let me just talk you through a little bit on how this goes. So the progressive chance event, this is like a screenshot they've given us for the videos. Progressive chance event, it's gonna look something like that. Not exactly what you see on the screen, but you're gonna be summoning, let's say, from your ancients. You're gonna be pulling. It starts out at 15x, so better than we had before. Starts out at 15x and then goes up to 20x or 25x when you get the same quality of champion from the same shard. So you're summoning just ancients as an example. You want to get Rotos, so you put Rotos in the special selection screen, the summon slot here that you see. You put Rotos in there and then you start summoning, but you're not getting the 15x here. You're not getting Rotos. You don't see him when you pop a legendary. So if that happens once, the 15 jumps up to 20x. If it happens again that you don't get Rotos, it jumps up to 25x. So after 2 unsuccessful attempts, it's 25x the chance to get Rotos. Okay, that's pretty clear. So any champions you put in here, so it looks like it's going to be a maximum of 3 legendaries, then 1 epic. It means that you're increasing the chance with every summoning. This will be perfect for epics, because epics we already get at a much higher quantity from a number of summons. So let's say every 100 summons, you'll get at least, on a 2x, you'll get at least 16 epics. out of those, if you're looking for someone in the featured summoning banner pool, you will be, there is a very, very high chance you'll get him. I mean, you'll hit the 25x and then you'll be hitting that every time you're pulling an epic in terms of the chances. For the legendaries, again, the chances go up a little bit, and this is how it's actually going to look in our summoning page. So this will be a very good way to what we had before in terms of summoning. This already exists in another game that I play, right? I've showcased this, sponsored by this game so much, Dragonair Silent Gods. I'll actually be pushing another video soon, so please check it out when the time comes. It definitely helps the channel if it gets some views, and it's a cool game if you want to check it out. It's totally up to you. So it has the same thing. Summoning probabilities of blessed heroes are increased. So you put, you select the heroes that you want here from the specific pool of heroes. You put them there, and it basically gets locked. So you lock it out, and chances are increasing after summoning a non-blessed legendary hero. So not from the 3 here. So if I get any of these here that you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, any of these 9 that are not in these 3, the chances go up. This is exactly the same thing that Plarium is doing. Very likely that they stole it from Dragonair or maybe another game. There's so many games that follow this kind of thing that we don't know who started it. We don't know who's copying who. All right. If I'm being totally honest, I don't know who's copying who. Initially, when Raid got launched, they were saying it was copying Summoner's War as an example in terms of the dungeons and different encounters way back then. But let's have a look at some numbers, guys. I want to show you some numbers very quickly. I took all the non-void legendaries that we have in the game, and then from those, I think like 12 of them cannot be from shards, like Ronda, Ninja, Xena. Now you cannot get her. So there's 176 champions. So you remove 12, you get 164. All right, you get 164. So the 10x chances. When there's a 10x chance, when you summon normally, there's a 0.61% chance to get the legendary that you want. So not the 0.5% chance from an ancient, but after you hit the legendary, 0.61% to actually get that. So very, very low. Very, very low. It's like hitting back-to-back legendaries. That's kind of the odds. When there's a 10x and there's only one hero featured in the 10x, one champion, the odds are 5.75%. It's basically 10 divided by the total plus another 10. Very good analogy. Think of it like a bag. All the champions are in the bag, and you just dump in another 9 copies of that champion. I think it's another 9 or another 10. It's very close either way. I mean, if it's 11 divided by that number, it jumps up to 6.32. If it's 10, it drops down to 5.75. I'm not sure if it's 11 or 10 divided by the total number. Anyway, the chances are still there, and you can understand the difference. So when there's 2 heroes in there in the 10x pool, the chances are still about the same, a little bit lower to pick that specific hero. So imagine you're trying to summon for Rotos on a 10x. It's going to be 10 divided by the total plus 20 because there's another 10 copies of the other 10x that is featured. If there's 3, same thing, but it's plus 30. So you get the idea. So now we go into the banner that we have right now. There are the numbers. Let me just show them with bigger fonts here. So on a 15x, what are the chances? So for a 15x, the odds jump up to 8%. 8%, which is pretty cool. Well, let me do this divided by 30, and then this by 45. So when there's the 15x, and you choose one champion to be in the summoning pool, the odds jump up to 8.38%. So if we go back to this image right here, if we don't necessarily have to choose 3, all right, we can just choose 1. This is very good because it allows us to summon with the best odds possible. But if we have to lock it in at 3, it means that the odds are about 7% after we hit that legendary glow. It's about 7% to hit a legendary. So 2% better than we had before on the 10x. So if we happen to get a legendary and it's not from the 3 that we wanted, the odds jump up. So for 1 hero, it's going to be 10.87. And for 3 heroes, it's going to be 8.93%. So about almost 2% better than we had on the 15x, almost 2% better. And then on the 25x, every legendary after that, we're going to be trying with about 10% chance here, or 13% chance if it's one hero that we are choosing in the summoning pool. So it's already much better. It's not insanely better. It's not 3 times better. But instead of the 5.75% that we are used to for so long, it's jumping up to 13%. Or from the 5%, it's jumping up to 10%. So double the chances that we have before. So obviously way better than we had before. I think it is a fantastic way to introduce people into new champions that they really want. I still think that this needs to replace the 10x chances. There's just no way around it, guys. I don't understand why they're still thinking about it. It's gonna be basically, okay, Plarium, I'm not gonna be summoning on 10x's anymore. I'll be saving and saving and saving until you give me a 15x, since this is now the best case scenario. We are just pushing for more Wade Shadow Legends with this, and it's unfortunate on the one hand, but it's good on the other hand. It's unfortunate because you gotta take that decision, Plarium. Come on, you've been adding champions to the pool, diluting the pool as we call it since forever. So introducing the progressive chances as a thing that's now the norm, right? We're always gonna have this. If you introduce this, people will be happy. The only other chance I can see them not doing this is maybe on a 2x. They do a 10x, 2x, 10x, but still on a 2x plus 15x, that would be still very good. I mean, I don't get why they would still have the 10x. People are still gonna save. I'm gonna save way harder now for Taras, for a Taras 15x, which is gonna come. I guarantee it, guys. By Christmas, they're gonna do something big. They want to get numbers. They want to see numbers of sales and stuff. And I might start spending again if they introduce something like this that is more guaranteed. But for now, I'm not tempted at all. I haven't even bought the Xena pack yet. Although I'm tempted, I still have like 10 weeks to go to buy it. So out of this 15x, some champions are good, some not. I mean, for this one, what I would pick would be the 3 champions I don't have. So Theodore, Necmo, and Snick Track. So any of the 3 would be a non-dupe for me, like if I summoned, which I will be summoning. What am I saying? I will be summoning because I need if I want to get the fusion, I need to summon. There's no way around it. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Like, the summoning chances are still the same. As always, it's just the chance after you hit the legendary. But it's still pretty cool to have it. There's so many different shard summoning events now that we have. It gets confusing, and Plarium needs to tone it down to reduce the confusion to players. By the way, I have 55 primal shards, prism shards. I'm gonna summon the 30 just for now for the closing off of the video. It's not gonna be a Lego, but at least we did it live. So what did I get? Endalia, is she used for anything? Endalia, I think she's used for Mikage, is she? Yes. Actually, yeah. Okay, not a bad pool then. All right, I was worth my soul stones, I guess. Putting all my soul stones and using up all my resources for those prism shards just for this part of the video, by the way. I guess that was worth it. So guys, what do you think? What do you think about this? Let me know your thoughts. I really want to see some discussion over in the comments, because this is a thing that is coming. I definitely can see it being another Wade Shadow Legends, which is a problem because we don't want that. I mean, if I had the company, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want players to be saving up everything because then they're not spending. So just introducing more events doesn't make me want to spend. It makes me want to hoard, like keep all my resources and only spend them at specific times, which I deem right. So they need to tone it down instead of increasing the number of all these events. It just makes sense, right? Anyway, guys, thank you all. Subscribe if you haven't already and support the channel. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.